Hey everyone, it's Gina from Orchid and Opal.com, and today I have the Curated Bead Box monthly subscription for July 2022 to open up with you all. If you're interested in trying it out, I do have a pretty high value coupon for you to use off your first box if you'd like to, and that coupon code is OOJ35%, and that will save you 35% off your first box, making it only $13 shipped to you if you're located in the US. The regular price of this box is $20 with US shipping included. And while anyone is welcome to use these boxes, of course, I do recommend them often in the case of newer beaders, particularly if you're interested in bead stringing and you like working with round beads instead of a lot of crazy shapes. And also for kids, it's great to get the kids involved, especially with a subscription like this where you get a wide range of coordinating and colorful glass beads with themes that change every month at a very reasonable price. So you can already see that the theme for this month is called Coral Reef. We've got all of our contents listed on the front label, and you can take those and search for them at dollarbead.com if you'd like to. That is the sister store for this subscription. And if you wanted more of those, you could pick some of those up from their store and also find these items oftentimes in a lot of other colors. The other reason I recommend this box for newer beaders and also for kids especially is because these come with a finding starter kit, which means you don't have to have much of anything in order to go ahead and make finished pieces from the contents of your box, because they give you some coordinating findings and stringing materials to go along with them. Let's go ahead and open this up. And here is a peek at what we have inside of our box that we're going to take a look at. It's a really beautiful color combination, and I'm going to get organized so we can take a close-up look at each of these items one at a time. So every month you're going to get a variety of strands just like these in terms of the quantity and the sizes, and the varieties and colors, of course, will change. The first one I have here is the soft turquoise jade style glass bead string. It's 8 inches long with the 10mm size round beads. And you can see these are kind of in that creamy jade green color to imitate the look of actual jade. And we're going from largest to smallest bead sizes. We still have another strand of 10mm beads. These are the Aqua Waves jade style glass beads, another 8-inch string, and another kind of creamy color that makes these look a little bit more stone-like. All these beads are very uniform. There's a look at the holes if you're curious to see what the coating looks like and everything. There's no peeling or cracking that I can see anywhere. Next up is a long 16-inch strand of 8mm rounds in crisp blue, and these are glass pearls. So this time we have more of that opaque, satiny finish and another shade of light blue or aqua to go with some of the orange and green accents that we're about to see. And we have another jade style glass strand, this time in the smaller 8mm round size. These are in the color called burnt orange. It's a 16-inch strand, so a lot of beads included to play around with. And the way the color is applied to the bead itself, it's not totally uniform or all the same shade of that burnt orange surrounding that entire bead, but some of the surface has the lighter shade, so there's a little bit of a gradient, again trying to make these look a little bit more like gemstones. Our next variety brings our color scheme together with the duo style glass beads. This is a 10.5-inch string of 8mm burnt orange / blue is the color combination. You can see that sort of watercolor effect and how the color is split between the orangey tones and the blue. And parts of the beads are more transparent, revealing some textural elements that they've added inside the glass. Next, we have a very vibrant strand containing the apple green / gold drizzled 8mm round glass beads, 10.5 inches worth. And these have more of a metallic finish with another gradient going from more of an apple green to more of a yellowish tone or chartreuse, and also a little bit of a drizzled effect on the outside, giving us some more texture which makes it more interesting when you combine the different finishes and textures like that together, even when you're already changing up the colors. Then we have another very long 16-inch strand of 6mm bronze glass pearls, and I would kind of describe these as more of an apricot color, much more orangey than brown, and they have a beautiful satiny pearl-like finish, and again, they look like they're in good shape. You can see that the color is intact, and I'm not seeing any chipping or peeling. And then we have this lovely pale salmon color jade style glass bead, another 16-inch string. This time these are the 6mm smaller glass round beads in this very light peachy pink color, giving us another tone that really complements our other colors in the palette. And then we have a similar strand of the 6mm round jade style glass beads in what they're calling citrine, which is very similar to the color of citrine that I'm used to seeing. And again, we have that sort of milky effect going on with the glass to make these look a little more stone-like. And these really do coordinate well with those other metallic beads with the gradient of lime green. And then finally for the strands, I have some olive gemstone style glass beads. This is a 10.5-inch string, and they're listed as 8mm, but they definitely look to be more like a 6mm, something closer to that range. And you can see these also have that textural element inside of the glass to make these appear at more of a distance, to be more of a natural gemstone material. And it's another shade of green, this olive, that rounds out the color scheme we have below. So along with our strands, we usually get some additional items. They could be focals, they could be lampwork beads, maybe a bead mix, metallic components, those sorts of things. And this time, it looks like we're starting out with a bag containing the 12mm carnelian gemstone beads, and there's 10 included. And for a box that is very low cost like this one, it's always great to see actual stone material included. These are nice and chunky, but they're also smooth, round, and glossy, and pretty uniform for the most part. You can definitely tell that they're actual stone beads and not glass, and they bring out some of that more orangey tone that we see in the palette. Our next bag contains a 58 by 40mm turtle silver metal pendant. That's really cute. It's got a lot of texture on it, differentiating the shell from the body of the turtle. We have a hole right there where you can add your stringing material. And here's a look at the other side. So definitely a one-sided component and not too terribly heavy, even though it's a fairly large piece. And then we have the polyester turquoise tassels. There's 5 of them, and it says you can cut these to your desired length. These are such a beautiful color, and the length that they are would work really well for some type of a focal or pendant, and of course, like it suggested, you could definitely cut them down if you wanted to, and it's pretty generous that they give you 5 and not just 1 or 2. And then, like I mentioned at the beginning, they also include that findings starter kit, and that will usually switch between silver and gold depending on the particular color scheme, and they'll coordinate those together each month. So this month we have the silver, and each time you will get a variety of some elastic stretch cord, some memory wire to make some memory wire bracelets, and also some bead stringing wire. We also have some basic earring findings and some coordinating head pins. And the remainder of our findings in the coordinating silver tone, we've got our crimp beads, some lobster clasps, and some jump rings, and enough to make multiple pieces from your box. So that wraps up the Curated Bead Box for July 2022. Once again, you can use the coupon code OOJ35% to save 35% off your first box, making it only $13 shipped to your door if you're located in the US. And I'll leave that and the link to the subscription right down below the video. Every month, the theme and the palette will change to something different, so you'll get a wide variety of different colors. But overall, they're very consistent with what they send in terms of the types and quantities of strands, and then additional items. So if you're the type of person that's really what you're interested in working with, primarily you do get a good amount to work with. And like I said, maybe get the kids involved, especially since you get your stringing material and findings included to get you started also. So I want to thank you all so much for being here for another unboxing. I hope this helped you to check out yet another bead box up close to see if this type of subscription is right for you. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe while you're here, and you can always leave me a comment down below. That's all I have for now. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.